Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have a dishwasher confession to make, and then I'm going to explain to you why you're looking at a Del Taco special. But first, my dishwasher, so my wife was not going to be in town last night, and so she set a trap for me. I knew it was a trap the second I saw it. I opened up the dishwasher, and it was full of clean dishes. Now, she does not listen to my show, which is the only reason I can tell this story, but it's between me and a few thousand of you. So what I did was, I did not feel like unloading the dishwasher because, as you know, I hate unloading the dishwasher. I see no reason why I should have to unload the dishwasher. In fact, I had a chore list as a kid, and unloading the dishwasher was on that chore list. And so I hate unloading the dishwasher. So what I did was, I just happened to see a speck of food on one of the plates, and so it concerned me. I was like, well, if there's a speck of food on one plate, then there's got to be some specks on other plates. And so I did what you should do in those situations. I loaded up a few more dishes and turned it back on. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't know who did or did not unload that dishwasher. I think it's still clean dishes in there, but she's home now. True story. Now, why are you looking at a new $6 stuffed quesadilla taco pack? The reason you're looking at that is because I went out. I wanted to show you a few things that my membership group at DAIXRP.com is better than. First, it is better than a new $6 stuffed quesadilla taco pack at Del Taco. It's better than that. We cover all sorts of things. I'll tell you what we're going to cover in a minute. It's also better if you go to Arby's and you want a $6 9-piece classic buffalo boneless wings and small fry. My membership group is better than that. And finally, if you want a $6 fish basket, and I don't even care if you get some of that vinegar on the fish that makes it really good, it's better than that with the hush puppies and the lemon and ketchup, I guess that is. My membership group is better than that at Long John Silver. And that's the fact, Jack. We are now going into the private group. We're going to talk about the following things: assassination attempts, alphabet agencies, World Economic Forum, and the creepy, you know who, Dr. Evil, the real Dr. Evil. We're going to talk about money laundering, social credit scores, and CBDCs, and what the bad guys want. Here we go, right? All right, we are back with the YouTube crowd. Jeremy Hogan, for all intents and purposes, the Ripple versus SEC case is over. Yes, important hearings will be held in the coming months. Deciding a judgment of up to $770 million is, of course, important, but your time for hand-wringing over this case is done, in my opinion. The SEC dismissed the rest of the case, so there will be no trial next week. Next year. The facts have been set. Nothing new or surprising will be coming out, which means the court will be issuing a final judgment sometime next year, probably. Only Ripple needs to worry about that. The case could, of course, settle any time before the final judgment is entered. That's one possibility. If not, both the SEC and Ripple can file appeals. The SEC has indicated that it will. Fair enough. So statistically, there are chances of what are the chances of winning on appeal? Luckily, we have the statistics. As you can see below, the SEC has a 14.2% chance of winning on appeal. Then he goes on. And so what happens? The SEC appeals next year. Appellate court sides with it in 2025. Because of the way the judge wrote her order, the appellate court would have to send the case back down to the trial judge for further judicial findings and determinations. As to the other distributions of XRP, you can see in FN18, the judge did not make findings as to second and third prongs of Howey. Only the trial judge can do that. What could the judge rule? Who knows? Goes on, and then down here he says, so the SEC has to, 1, not settle, 2, win on appeal, 3, get through more hearings. 4, win on another appeal. So that's why I say, for all intents and purposes, this case is over. Unlike on TV, a lot of legal cases end with a whimper and a drag on for a year after main issues have been locked in. And I think that's what we will see here. P.S. I just learned about emojis. I have now done the math, and taking into account the chance of a win on appeal, surviving more litigation, and still being able to maintain the lawsuit against Ripple in 2026, the chance of the SEC winning is exactly 2.367%, same odds as the Jets winning the Super Bowl. Check this out from Michael Branch. The SEC and Ripple Labs are set for a critical meeting and confer session on November 9th to discuss the potential remedies concerning Ripple's alleged Section 5 violations. And this is what that is a reference to. The SEC and Ripple intend to meet and confer on potential briefing schedule with respect to the pending issue in the case. What remedies are proper against Ripple for its Section 5 violations with respect to its institutional sales of XRP, and respectfully request until November 9th, 2023 to propose such schedule to the court if the parties cannot agree to seek briefing schedule from the court on a contested basis. So there's going to be a sit down. Now, I love these things. This is Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. Somebody did a cameo on that Cameo app where you can pay somebody to say whatever you want them to say. This is funny.
Hi, it's me, Ernie Hudson, Winston Zedmore from Ghostbusters, giving a big shout out to the XRP community. You know, the XRP community is strong. It's growing. The momentum continues to increase. Ghostbusters knew a little something about 589. Look it up. But for now, we need to band together. We need automated market makers on the XRP ledger. Node operators, it's time to adopt AMM. The positive impact on the ecosystem could be profound, attracting billions in investment. Let's figure out how to get this done. Oh, and I almost forgot. Gary, you were warned to put your moon boots on, but you didn't listen, and the judge had to put them on for you. I hope you learned your lesson. Come on, don't fight innovation. Level the playing field. Stay XRP strong.
That's pretty darn funny. This is great. Check this out. I've always thought they were going to use digital assets to figure out how to tokenize this debt.
Economy looks like. I mean, just to put that in perspective, basically what I'm saying is that we are now entering a global economy where the only way for states, for any state, to be able to issue debt indeterminately is to digitize it. And to make it available to as many investors out there as possible. And the state that is most likely to do that out of desperation more than anything else is the United States. So that's how I developed my sense of where the push or the pull will come from for some of the innovations making breakthroughs.
All right, and then there is this. This is interesting because, folks, this is what I think the next 20 years is going to be. Tokenizing real world assets, and look at how huge it's a massive, this is going to be so massive. I believe if like for instance, if one of my sons decides to go to law school, I am going to tell them to figure out if there's any law schools, because right now if you buy a house, you go to an attorney for a real estate closing. Well, the future is going to be people that own real estate going to attorneys that specialize in tokenizing real world assets. And they're going to go to them and they're going to probably have a closing on a deal where they decide how many tokens there's going to be and how many they're going to hold back, how many are going to go on the market, which marketplaces it'll go on. Would it be on an uphold or whatever? This is a massive opportunity, and whoever figures out a cookie cutter approach to tokenization is going to make a freaking mint. Listen to this.
This chart won't be a surprise to anyone on the call today. It really tries to capture the mammoth size of the market opportunity. addressing more than 1,700 trillion in assets, which are likely to become digital.
1,700 trillion.
Digitization of all the world's assets, traditional markets, adoption of cryptocurrencies, and the tokenization of real-world assets. This is the size of the addressable market, and this is the market in which we see a huge opportunity to participate. Now, Archax really is very well positioned to capture that market growth because we really sit between and bridge the traditional and huge opportunity sets. Traditional markets, adoption of cryptocurrencies, and the tokenization of real-world assets. This is the size of the addressable market, and this is the market in which we...
That's 1.7 quadrillion dollarinis, folks. And here's Stuart Alderoty. Here's a clip going around of Stuart Alderoty.
Also established an office in Ireland last year. We have applications pending with the Central Bank of Ireland, both for a virtual asset service provider license and an e-money license. We'll work with the regulator and hopefully satisfy them that we are equipped from a regulatory and a compliance standpoint to operate under their supervision. And hopefully once we get that license, we'll be able to use that not only to operate in Ireland, but to passport that through the EU. We're doing the same in the UK. I think it was a few weeks ago, we received our major payments institution license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore. We're hopeful we'll get clearance in Dubai before the end of the year. We have an agreement with the Central Bank of Brazil to do business there. We operate under a regulatory supervision through a joint venture in Japan. So this is the direction of travel for the industry.
All right. This creeped me out. I saw this, and I just wanted to remind you, well, first, 2 or 3 years ago, somebody told me XRP was created to prevent World War III. Zero hedge, China has up to 6 warships in the Mideast waters as U.S. carrier group moves closer to Israel. This guy says WW3. Well, folks, when you have when you have these kind of scary things going on around the world, there's one place everybody goes, and that's physical gold. Not just physical gold. We've got both here. I've got 2 sponsors. Glint's my sponsor, that you can get a gold MasterCard debit card. So when you buy gold in your account, you can literally use your debit MasterCard to spend your gold as you need it. So what I do is I have some in this, and then I also buy physical gold through my sponsor, Miles Franklin. And you can use code DAI Gold on that, info@milesfranklin.com, or call them. Those are the 2 ways to get the best prices. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that I got out of unloading the dishwasher, but I don't know if my wife is going to catch on to what my game was. She is pretty good at that kind of stuff. I don't get a lot by her. I am going to assume that at some point today she's going to make a comment about how I played that, but maybe she won't. Thanks for listening.